Yume Nikki makes me think about... And I haven't played it that much, but it makes me think about, being a kid and playing Minecraft on this really old, shitty laptop. It was my mom's, I think, and where's the darkness door? Is it that one? I forget what you find in here, but I did find it. It's one of these. I think it was the knife. But I don't have the torch yet. But because the laptop was old and wasn't very well put together, well, it wasn't old at the time, but you know what I mean. Because it was like that, I couldn't really play video games on it. I would try to play Adventurous Worlds, which is a Flash MMO, which shouldn't be, I suppose, shouldn't be intensive. Flash is kind of a nightmare, really. A lot of Flash games run worse now than they ever did. But there's a game that's like that, Star Wars Empire at War, where it's locked to one core of a CPU, and CPUs now have like a bunch of cores. They have 4, they have 6, they have 8. Some really fancy ones have like 20-something, 30-something. More than you ever need, but people are enthusiasts. And so the game doesn't really run very well because it doesn't have access to the actual full power of the... Oh, I don't think you can talk to this guy. Maybe I can use the knife. I know you can... No, he's a ghost. You can kill him. Oh. The other face is gone too. Is that because of the knife? If I take out the umbrella... The lightning! But... yeah, so I would play Minecraft just on that really not great computer, and it would be on the tiny render distance. And that's like the... It's an experience I don't think is replicatable, because part of it is just that as a kid you have less something's gone wrong with that window. There we go. You have less reservations about what something can do. You know, things like Minecraft had things like Herobrine, had things like, you know, the Zeitgeist was all stuff like Israfel or the Midnight Owl. There's this general conception that it was a kind of mysterious game. When I don't think I heard about it from them, but it was a friend I had, because My mom is friends with his mom, and but he didn't know. He'd been playing for longer than I had, and because I always look for guides for stuff. I'm trying not to do that for this, but I always look for guides for stuff. So I looked up the guides for Minecraft, and he didn't know that you could make doors. He had this pyramid house, and I need a drink of water. But he had this pyramid house, and he just lit up the hallway in with a torch and hoped that that would stop the mobs from coming in, like that would scare them off. And I went to his house, and I remember this. I didn't go that often, but I remember he was annoyed because there was a cow that kept, like, animals kept walking in the door, and I told him, you know, you can make a door. And but there's this mystery to it where the limits of it weren't really understood. You had things like the far lands where it's just this sort of like, it's out there. It's further than you'd ever go. And as a kid especially, you don't really know how to... I remember once I installed, I got too many items to work on my grandma's computer on Minecraft. Back when it was too many items, I think it's gone through 3 different things where once it was too many items, then the dev abandoned it, and it became not enough items, and now the current iteration is just enough items. But the original too many items, I got that working, and I was super excited about that, because I was a kid. I didn't really go mining in Minecraft. I was too scared. I had all that Herobrine, Israfel stuff in my head. And what I would do was, mostly I would just sort of sit around in my house, and I would go out sometimes and maybe make a little dirt hut. My first world, I still remember it really clearly. It was the sort of... It was a circle. It was a circle. Like, I can only do squares here, but it was a sort of circle dome of mountains with ice in the middle and one pathway in, and I just dug into the side of the mountain in there. And I remember there's a dungeon with a spawner right next to it, just a little bit down. I feel like you can probably do something with this bed. I feel like there's some way to do something with it, but I don't think I have the effect for it, if there is one. But what I would do is I remember making a little skylight for my bedroom there. I didn't know how to make... No, I didn't know how to make paintings. It was 1.7.3 beta. And that was... They just added shearing, I think the patch before, to sheep. And I'd been watching videos from before that, and I was confused because, well, they didn't have to shear sheep, they didn't have to make something for it, they just clicked on them. I feel like there's something you can do with this person too. I've seen them in like art mentioned by name. Once I tried to go to Minecraft.com, and I'd been watching Minecraft videos. I wanted to buy Minecraft, so I went to Minecraft.com. That's not the URL, and it led to an error message. It was something about like bandwidth, and my parents thought that because I was confused about the bandwidth, they thought that maybe somehow me watching YouTube videos about Minecraft had affected my bandwidth to the site, my ability to connect to it. Because it wasn't long before that we were under a stricter internet plan back then. So they'd said I haven't been here yet. They'd said I had to stop playing so many different Flash games. I had to just pick one and stick with it, because I didn't want to have to pay extra for the data, which was fair. We've never been very well off. We've been pretty poor, so. And I didn't do that. Nothing came of it in the end, but I absolutely didn't do that. But Minecraft, going back, it had this sort of mysterious feel to it, and oh, you can go in the water. Slow. But it had this mysterious feeling to it where you can just see the ends of the earth in Minecraft now. You can just see, you look out as far as your computer will let you. But before that, it was so much more limited. Level 10. Oh, this is the... I can't talk to it, but this is the little... This is Uboa. I'll do that. I'll do that while I'm talking, but... But you never really knew what was happening out there. You couldn't see that far. And I left that feeling of, I played a good bit of, before I bought it, the Minecraft Classic mode, which was just like a web browser thing. And that was really foggy too, but it gives the world so much more depth, so much more feeling of it's there to explore, where you can go forever in Minecraft, but it doesn't feel mysterious or big in that way, at least. It feels big, but you know there's nothing significant to it. Mod packs would add all these little areas, little things, little structures, but for just Minecraft, things like the Herobrine myth had these generated structures that seemed, intentionally put there, like your world had this thing to it, and you don't get that anymore. And again, some part of that is just, you understand that the game is limited. You understand it's been overexposed to hell and back. There's no mystery in the game anymore, but games like this recapture that sort of... There's other things that have made me feel like that. That sort of isolation, foggy sort of... Daisy, the standalone thing, it's awful. It was completely... They never finished it, really. But... You know, I don't know if this actually works like this, or if you have to exit the zone again, but I'll keep trying. But in that game, I never saw anyone. I saw someone maybe twice. I killed someone once, and someone killed me once, but I put about 40 hours in that, and but there was this, it would rain, and you would just be walking. You know, you couldn't find any food, you couldn't find any, you didn't know where you were going. There's these, everything was, there we go. I jumped a bit there. And you can only go to the, you touch him, there's the face, and you can go to the, and it's watery here. This is nice. You know, obviously you've seen this before, like everyone's seen this, if they've seen anything of Yume Nikki, but actually coming here is, it's cool. Little secrets like this. I was talking to someone, just like yesterday, about secrets in... Oh, the thing stayed off. Or no, you have to turn it on, but about how secrets in things are cool, but yeah, it would, Daisy would have this, you know, there's no, and I guess, funnily enough, that's, ow, about the microphone, that's a sort of a side effect of how unfinished it was, but it would just be empty, and you were walking, and you were walking, and you could hear the wind, and you could hear raindrops on you, and you were wet, and it would tell you you're getting wet, you're getting wet. I know there's a, I don't know if it's a candle or a lantern, but maybe I'll find that here. I keep thinking that background beeping, that's part of the music track. I thought that was like something walking. But, and I would always just, I could never find that thing, I would just starve. This is new. I would just starve to death. Fuck. Tornadoes. I do know what those are called. Or Torningans, maybe, was the... Not sure if... It's gonna get me, it's gonna get me. Fuck. Oh, it's stuck. That closet. There's closets in that other, in the, like, neon world, that Torrigan area. I wonder if that comes here. That's cool, but, or in, This one Gary's Mod map that looked like this reminds me of the like Waterfall Temmie Village area almost. I don't know why. The like lights and path, but no. Sorry about that, but this one Gary's Mod map, modeled after it was the Courage of the Cowardly Doghouse, and I would hole up in there. These guys, I've seen this guy. It's a teleport. Can I go off this way? No. Secret path? No. Take me to the same place? Yes, the weird red place. I know there's Tornigans in here. I'd go for it, but I would hole up in there and put a bunch of like zombies outside, like the head grab ones, just default spawn. And I would hole up in the attic, like they've broken into the lower floors. And when I would play DayZ, I would think about that sort of sitting in an empty house in the apocalypse sort of feeling. I'd wish there was sort of more... Oh. Can I... He might be too big. Doesn't do a thing. I'll put the umbrella on. And I would just... hang on. But... Can I go down here? No. But I would... I really loved that idea of just... This is it. This is the last place in the world where anything is. There's nothing else. All the sweeping fields and... I don't think very much like apocalypse media gets that feeling for me. Like, yeah, things are empty, and there's that sort of... Maybe I'm not describing it very well, but... like on an island, almost. And you can sort of see the fringes of... Oh. You can sort of see the fringes of, Am I gonna die? Of something out there. Maybe not civilization, but... dead end. But you know there's something out there. And... it's not entirely clear what it is. You know, maybe there is still life out there, but it's this uncertainty, I guess. There's these certain ephemeral feelings you can't... I've been here. I've been here. If I can find another place, but sort of ephemeral feelings where even if something does it, you know, lots of pieces of media do the whole sort of empty world now kind of thing, but there's one of those vending machines. You have to do it in a very certain way. And I've never played something that intended to. Maybe this, but I don't think I've ever played something that fully intended to do that, give that exact feeling off. And I don't feel it very often anymore. But it was one of my favorite. It feels like being in the rain, or being in like a car in the rain. Like there's this, maybe not cold, but sort of chill in your chest, maybe, veins. And I've never been here. This is new. But I think that's the thing with people will have these feelings that they feel that they can't really communicate. Really ephemeral, sort of esoteric maybe. And it's hard to, because someone might react to, if you're trying to get that feeling across, someone might react differently to it. It's hard to make something like that, and I think maybe there have been feelings that a few people have felt over the years, but no one's ever really encapsulated, really captured it into a concrete thing yet. And maybe no one will ever feel that thing again, that exact feeling. And that knowledge, that experience started and ended with these people that are lost now. That died with them. I don't know if that picked up on the fucking... Oh. Oh, I know this. There's a dance party somewhere here. I like that area. I wish I could go back. But these houses, this is unlocking a memory in me. Can you go in these? Back here, this is the houses. This is unlocking a memory of this. There was this Flash game. It was, the point was to collect cards. Can I talk to him? No. It's a little sound. But there was this Flash game that you were this little girl in a town, sort of aboriginal, and there were these... Can I talk to you? Can I stab you? These sort of... nothing. These sort of cameras... I don't want to stab the people who make the noise. That feels mean, but... these, like, camera towers and stuff. And, like... the NPCs talk about... no, the point is the, like... little card game, collecting that. The NPCs talk about this... like, don't go outside of the town. And there's this sort of fencing and... like, these people are being kept in captivity, almost. And I think... I was afraid. I was scared to go out of the... because I was just a kid, I was scared to go out of the town. Can I go up or down here? I was scared to go out of the town, so and I was scared to lose, too. Because there's this sort of implication to it that something bad would happen. I've been here. I've been exactly here. And there was just a door hidden back there the whole time. I've passed by this, like, a lot. Can I go back? Can I go back through? I can't. There wasn't. Oh. But I was afraid to... so I didn't play the card game either. Because I couldn't find the right person. You had to do it in a certain order. It was a really, like, simple, like... you do it in a certain order or you lose, and... I felt like the game over would be something really bad, too. It's that area. But I felt like maybe... I've been down here, I've explored all of this, but like maybe if the... if the game over was going outside of the town and the game over was losing your cards to someone, NPC, then if I took someone's cards, what would happen to them? Because the first person you had to beat was this sort of sad, like, malnourished looking kid. And I felt like, was this some society where your worth is measured by your cards or something, and if you lose them, some, like, Darwinian experiment, or... It's a really vague memory, and I don't know if I consciously thought any of that, but trying to rationalize the memory of it after the fact. I have to go do something, so have I gotten this one? I have gotten that one. That was either blonde or long, but I should go, so